Now, another thing that I want to point out too is really making sure that we're prepared as Christians in a digital world too. Like, so now there's a whole new mission field that you can use online, where before it's like you had to have a physical interaction to actually talk with someone physically, or had to call on the phone. The next generation is not even using the phone. In fact, they don't even know how to dial a rotary phone, or like even punch in numbers. Like they use everything with voice now, or with voice to text. So they just text or whatever. So
Hmm.
I think phone calls are even going to be hard to do. So what do we do in a social media driven digital world? How are we communicating the gospel in those tangible ways? And I think in some ways, like, even the fact that we're filming this now is showing how important it is to reach people with media and with that. And so, any recommendations that you have on reaching people with a new digital world rather than just the old fashioned physical way?
Yeah, I guess knowing we have different types of listeners, the fact that they're listening to a podcast means they have a little tech savvy. I mean, I'm barely capable of finding a podcast myself, but really it was spending time with you, and even you just conveying your heart along with other people, in the church and on the staff. Like, how do we equip the saints? Going back to episode 1, like, what's the heart behind this? I guess you and I, we get enough time with each other, so it's not like we just want to sit down and film episodes and be goofy. Like, it's like, how do we promote the gospel? And so, again, I know you have a lot of experience with it, and so we're looking at, like, okay, let's put this message on YouTube and Spotify and whatever platforms are out there.
Oh,
And so I think that's, like you said, like, this is one living proof of that. I think another thing I'm learning over time is that people will read a certain amount of information. So that's why I do that weekly devotion for the church. And again, like, it's another way to just pull something, the way I do the devotions, as you know, is I just take it from the Bible reading plan, and I just kind of let the Lord lead it. And, just again, like, it's like a short conversation over a cup of coffee, but just to encourage people, because today, I think if we did a self-assessment on the church, Bible literacy is not where it used to be. And so even helping people understand not only how to study the Bible, but how to apply it today,
yeah.
I think is so key. And it goes back to, again, like the different tools that we have on social media, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we're just now wetting our feet in this.
Well, and we have so many opportunities now. I mean, I think like the Apostle Paul would be angry at us knowing that we have an iPhone and connectivity to the world through the internet, like, at our fingertips. And so with that, we have like, a question that I'm always convicted about when I ask myself is, if I was put on trial for being a Christian on just my social media presence, would I have enough evidence to convict me? Like, what are you known for on social media? Like, what are you known for with your digital footprint, so to speak? Is it that you're just, posting funny stuff? Is it just that you're, arguing with people over politics? Is it something that, and so what are we doing to leverage even technology and this kind of new, realm of possibility through connecting so many people together through the internet? We can just point our finger and just say that it's a bad tool, which it can be, or we can leverage it for the gospel. And so there's
sure.
even one, I think I shared this with you. There was an opportunity that I had on, I just asked people, like, hey, how can I pray for you today? And just, I mean, not even like a, that in depth, like, that's easy just to post. And I do that occasionally. And the conversations that I've been able to have through that, many of them, like, through messages afterwards, like, cause people aren't wanting to share, deeper stuff, like in comments, whatever, where everybody can see it. It's been just really fruitful to see, like, how people respond to that, just even on a post of social media. And more people see it than you realize too, so there's been people that have
True.
seen me post that, never have responded, never have commented or anything. But then later down the road, they're like, hey, I see that you do this all the time. Like, can you be praying for this? People message me like, I noticed that you haven't asked this, today, but I saw that you posted this a couple weeks ago, but can I have prayer on this? And that generates more conversation. So
It's interesting you say that, because I don't post a lot of content on social media, not currently, but the few times I have, it's been more just to pat my wife on the back publicly or something like that. But even just seeing how that can influence or encourage men to do the same, maybe it's, a stoic guy that's like, well, why do I need to tell you I love you? I told you the day we got married, and I'll let you know if it hasn't, if it's changed. But just reminding, like, this is something that, we all need to hear from our spouses, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.